Hi there, my name is Merice Roopram and I'm Head of Business Development for ADvTECH Schools Division. I'm here to chat to you about Capex requests, and this pertains specifically to Capex request for properties. Your operational Capexes that relates to your schools and that runs through your MDs. So what is it about the Capexes and how do we deal with Capexes? If you have a Capex request, and this is in terms of any facilities that you want to add to your school, like a hall, like a pavilion, like a grandstand, or like changing rooms, or even additional classrooms because of your increase in enrollment numbers, these are the requests that we deal with. So what needs to happen? You need to ensure that any Capex request is justified and realistic in terms of your enrollment numbers, your growth in EBIT, and the return on investment. If you have any Capex requests, and this is in terms of any facilities that you want to add, and that is perhaps a pavilion, a grandstand, change rooms, or a hall, or even additional classrooms because of your increasing enrollments, this Capex request must be emailed through directly to your MD. Your MD then will email the properties department, Vongani. They will email Mike and myself. And in turn, Vongani will allocate a project manager to manage the request. This project manager will then complete the assessment and allocate a professional team to look at the design and the costings. These designs and costings are thoroughly analyzed to ensure its suitability and to ensure that it's cost effective. Once we've completed that, I then complete a Capex motivation. So what do I include in the Capex motivation? I do include your enrollment numbers, and that is your trended enrollment numbers. I do include your EBIT. I include the motivation for why we want the facility and how that is going to add value to your campus. Once it's been approved, the Capex motivation is then sent through to the properties department, who then begins with your request. They allocate a professional team to manage it, and we start with a new build on your campus. Once we've analyzed the costings and once we've looked at the project, I will then draw up a Capex motivation that will be submitted for the relevant signatures. It is important to note that any Capex, and I'm talking properties Capex, that is not budgeted for and is under 25 million requires Roy and Didier and Mike's signature. What do I put in the motivation? I do look at the costings, I look at your enrollment numbers, and I look at your EBIT, and I put together motivation for signature. Once it's been approved, the Capex motivation is then sent through to the properties department, who then begins with your request. They allocate a professional team to manage it, and we start with a new build on your campus. So how does the Capex budgets work? In the year preceding a new financial year, like now for 2019, discussions will be held with all the MDs regarding their larger school Capex projects, which results in a priority listing being drawn up. So for 2020, we are now busy with that priority list. We've drawn up a Capex budget list, and this will be submitted for the 2020 budget. Just in addition to that, please remember that all Capex requests, and I'm talking about property requests, are looked at and analyzed very carefully. We need to ensure that any Capex we put through or anything that we build at your school, an additional facility, will add value to your school campus, to your brand, and to schools division as a whole. Please ensure that when you do put through the Capex request, you've looked at your enrollment numbers, you've looked at your facilities, you've looked at your EBIT. If you do request a properties Capex, please again remember it needs to add value to your school campus, to your brand, and to schools division as a whole. I hope that you do understand this process, and if you have any queries, you're welcome to email me. Thank you.